Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted game master, Brian, welcoming you once again to another episode of our Dragon's Demand run-through. Before we begin, as always, I want to remind everyone how they can get in touch with the show. You know, it's always important. Head on over to rollthehard20podcast at gmail.com. Drop us a line. Let us know. I know we got a lot of hard 20s this last episode. If you write into the show and send me your address, I will send you out a D20 along with a sticker of the show and possibly a gold doubloon. So let me know, because I really look forward to handing these things out. Sorry, I'm a little congested right now, and it's been a little chilly down here in Florida. I'm not really used to these winters, but you know what's keeping me warm? The archives of our podcast. Yeah, don't forget, head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. We've got all kinds of shows there. We've got our Riders on the Storm. We got our Carrion Crown Book 1. We have several different Delta Green scenarios that are posted there, as well as a couple one-offs from the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh. So be sure to check those out right now. As I said, we're currently running our Dragon's Demand run-through. I hope you know that, because that's what we're playing right now. I guess I hit about everything else other than warm up your dice and top off your glass and maybe drink a little cough syrup if you need to. And as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 34 of our Dragon's Demand run through, Helping the Help.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Don't want to miss that.
Yeah. So Brian comes in to work one day with his Amazon package. He's all excited, opens it up.
Is that a prison term? Is that a prison term?
No prison term. He opens it up and there's this giant syringe, plastic syringe. I was like, what the fuck is that? Is that your anal luber? Get
was
it all up in there?
It was funny because it showed up with another package that I had ordered. They just packaged it all in, and it's like some vaginal syringe or something. So I was using it to pull brake fluid out and stuff. I can't imagine what whoever the woman was that ordered this. I'm assuming it's a she, hey, whatever, but it's probably just messaging Amazon inquiry, where is my vaginal syringe?
Shit like that. And I'm thankful for it. It's hilarious to hear about it, but shit like that never happens to me. And I'm completely okay with that.
I wonder if that was just two guys having
I know so many people that things like that happen to. I'm just so glad I'm not one of them.
Chris?
Weird shit like that happens all the time.
Nope. Can't hear you.
Hold on 1 minute.
Hold on. Pull my left eye. What?
Yeah.
Holding.
All right.
Holding.
First word.
Holding.
First word. Zooming. All
Zooming.
right.
I know this one's still third, right?
Still third.
I think you got lucky, Brian. That was just the two guys at the warehouse. They were like, let's send this guy some anal lube. It'll be fun.
They need to keep sending it. I'll find a use for it somewhere, man. I got
so anyone at Amazon watching this, we've got some needs for some lube.
I got a squeaky door. I got a cat that won't start meowing. I got a dog likes peanut butter. We're good to go, man.
Wait, the dog doesn't hate the peanut butter by now after the things. He's he's been conditioned to not like it. You know what I mean?
If I still have it, I'll bring it in next week and I'll show you the thing. Oh, we're not recording next week, so.
What do you want to do? You want to do a Sunday or something? In real time, next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, actually, what I was going to do is, can somebody read that almost there?
Almost there.
Yeah, almost
okay. There. I was telling Ryan earlier before everybody else jumped on, I'm going to send a couple of links to Drive Through RPG. Junior, did you already downloaded the free Jeez, no. Manual for Delta Green, right? From there.
I think I have it. Yeah, okay. I think he gave me a copy of it on a flash drive.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out the link for the manual for the quick start rules and for a link for the for a bunch of pre-gens off that website as well. I think the pre-gens are like $3. The starter kit manual is free. So if everybody kind of wants to skim through it, I'll run us through something quick.
I think I might even still have my old character.
That's cool because we'll bring him in. I mean, that'd be nice to, because you haven't been with the other guys.
Yeah, I haven't been with.
Continuing on, it doesn't mean that your guy Caldwell wasn't doing some other kind of a undercover mission of some type.
That's right. Scoping out.
What year do you run this stuff in?
I think it's like between 2008 and 2012, somewhere in there. So it's just at the inception of getting to get good phones and stuff, just starting to phase out of the flip phone era. But everything, the internet's still kind of in its not really infancy stage, but more
dial up.
Yeah,
It's
still
an
not
adolescent at that point.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Sit on
What's
my-
his name?
Get on
Brian?
it.
To like 2008 to 2012 was like the very tail end of MySpace.
Was it?
I don't know that
I don't
stuff.
remember.
I don't
That's
even
like
know
middle
where I
school.
learned to text, man. I'm still trying to
Can you hear
figure
me?
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude,
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
Success.
Dude, you see how fast I got that together?
Yeah, that was the
Like,
quickest
good
18 minutes
40
I've ever
minutes.
seen.
Oh, fuck you. And it just hit 7:00. Eat my ass.
there he is.
Turn it
with
down
the
a little.
beard.
How's that? Is that better?
That's better.
Is this no shave November for anybody?
Maybe.
Oh, Movember.
Movember.
No, I didn't shave down there, so I'm good.
Yeah, carpet matches the drapes. We're
That's
good to
right.
go.
It's all
That's right.
It's all
dark and
red.
gray. It's
It's all peppery.
Dude, all my shit. Look, all my shit's gray.
Now do your balls.
those are his balls.
Oh, damn it. You beat me to it.
Oh, all right.
What's this? What do you think we're
Backwards
looking at?
pineapple fruit basket. This is not the Christmas fruit basket I ordered.
Give me 1 sec, Brian. I need to get my character up.
Well, I'm glad you got your mic working, but let's turn it down a little.
How's that?
That's better. Again.
Okay. I haven't tuned this mic for hold on. How's that?
That's better. That's good. Well, no, just cue it in on us if we kind of go like this, or
Oh, here. How's that? Better, worse, good?
get closer.
Wow. I only hear you on my left side, though.
How's that?
That's good.
That's
Sounds
good there.
Maybe your
Right there.
your right side
That's
like
it.
needs to
That's
have your
the spot.
hearing checked.
Maybe. But it was weird. It was like only coming from one side.
I'll try to like talk towards the other side of your face then.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Does that sound
Give
better?
me, let me just get my my character sheet up. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you said that already. Groundhog Day.
Fuck off.
Hey, what do you think about this? Is this too loud?
That's pretty loud.
Yeah, I was thinking about rolling on something else, something soft.
Well, like your dog.
My wiener.
Let me roll on your starfish.
Well, we lost that D20. That was my favorite one,
They
too.
just fell right in there. It's like no net. Just
Down the black hole.
swish.
Somebody's got to go in and get it. Oh. These are all fun bathroom games you can play at home. What? Don't act like you've never done this.
Next time, send it in with a string on it, will you?
That's right. And you too can get a D20 if you roll. If you write in.
Numbers are already
D20
colored in
yo-yo.
for you.
The phones are lighting up, gentlemen.
So I know that we've all we heard this last time that we had our last snafu, so everything that I say in the intro is going to sound rather familiar to all you guys, but I gotta say it again. Are we ready? Chris,
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
go. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM Brian, and welcoming the Hard Slingers.
Yeah.
Episode 34 of our Dragon's Demand run through. But before we begin, I got a little business because I like to take care of our business, and it's not about fishing out D20s out of your starfish. I want to give a shout out to our newest YouTube subscriber, Mike Priest. Thank you for enjoying Radkey, as you've said it. Radke's the man. Radke.
Also known as J-Dub on the streets.
Oh, J-Dub. Next time you need to score that dime bag. They still sell dime bags, Junior?
Call the J-Dub. Yep. He's got most of West Palm locked down at this point.
Yeah,
Sure.
I just got my right palm locked down. That's it, though.
Hey.
Roll your dice now. Second, we are now on Audible. So it's probably because we're somewhat affiliated to Amazon Podcasts, I'm assuming. But check us out on Audible. Subscribe. Junior, I already saw you sent me that screenshot of your subscription.
Yeah.
You subscribed, right? You didn't just
Yeah.
show me that we're there.
Hey, look, we're here.
No, give me my money
No.
back. And I've been informed by Apple Podcasts Hobby Chart that we are now ranked 168 in Sweden. I mentioned that last time. Those crazy Swedes are
Love
awesome.
the sweets.
That's right. They
Love the
know how to
Bikini King.
climb mountains, and I love that. And if you love us like they love us, then there's a few ways that you can show that love. Number one, tell a friend. Always. Like I said before, if they don't want to listen, you take away their device when they're not looking. You go through their photos, you get all the compromising ones, and you go to the podcast app and you subscribe to us. Which reminds me, make sure you leave us that 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen to the show on. Also, don't forget to join the Patreon. That's another way you fellow slingers can help us, because these hard slingers want to keep their lights on too. It's not every day we're going to have somebody buying us new mics and new cameras and stuff like that. We need new dice. Remember, every time one of our hard slingers and myself rolls a hard 20 right into the show, we'll give you a shout out and we'll send you a D20 and a sticker and a gold doubloon. So be sure to write into the show.
Damn,
Anybody got
where do
anything
I
else they
sign
want
up?
to say?
Thank
that?
you very much, Adam. Thank you very much, Adam.
Adam, thank you very much. I know I personally haven't met you, but I guess you got East Palm in your hand. So we're going to be moving on. We got it?
He's got
Anything-
JW in his hand.
JW, West Palm.
I wish I had J-Dub in my hand.
Anyways, now back to our regularly scheduled adventure. So after taking inventory of the 2 rooms on the first floor's west wing, the 3 of you return. There's 3 of you, right? No, 4 of you. Shit, sorry. Mannequin no longer. The 4 of you returned to the empty gallery, right at the intro, at the entrance gallery, sorry, and noticed that the door in the northeast along the east wall has been left slightly ajar, a condition that did not exist upon your initial inspection. Stubby, you immediately, once you saw that, you pulled out your rapier. What do the rest of you want to do? By the way, I need to know whatever you guys are going to do, if there's a certain marching order, or how you guys want to do it.
Okay, I know Flint was closest to the rear, so he was taking up the back end of it.
Of course he was.
I was. I would have been, if not the first, then the second. Dempsey would have.
Okay, so-
Warren will stay safely sandwiched between whoever's second and Flint.
So Flint, you went first? Or who
I
went
was in the
first?
back.
Oh, you're in the back.
I was
okay.
in the. I was Rosa.
Copy that. And Stubby, you were up front. Got it. All right, Frozen.
Oh, God.
Stubby, what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna go against that east wall, immediately beeline to the east wall, and then slowly work my way towards the door in the northeast corner. But while I'm doing that, I'm signaling to Dempsey, where I'm going, and I'm gonna stop short of that door by about 10 feet along that wall.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wait for Dempsey to come up closer to me so we can be prepared.
You see his oiled frame approach you stealthily, hair shoulder length, hands wrapped up, ready to rock.
Somehow wearing a wife beater. I think as we're coming out of that hallway, because the last 2 rooms were kind of like, feel safe. He's a little bit off guard, so his chin's a little bit up. So coming out and seeing Stebby run and get in a position, he recognizes the door. He's going to do a quick look around. You mentioned stairs in the room. Can I look up the stairs to see if there's anybody up there?
Yeah, the stairs are in the southern east corner, and I think I described it before. It's a spiraling staircase, and they go up as well as down. Now, the previous time these guys were in there, they actually went down at one point. But as you look up, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check?
That's going to be a 15.
15. From what you can tell, everything up there seems fairly quiet. You don't see anybody peering down. You don't hear any footsteps emanating from up there. It seems pretty benign, but very still.
Okay. Dempsey just slips off his backpack and his cloak and cocks his fists. And then he slides up next to Stabby and then looks back at Mr. Magic to see what he's doing.
Is that like Henry Cavill in that Mission Impossible where he's all where he loads up his guns? Man, I love that scene. That guy's an awesome dude. The Witcher.
He's supposed to be the Highlander, I think. Coming out with new Highlander with Cavill.
No way. Well, I know he's doing Witcher. Yeah. Really? There can be only one Highlander?
Yeah, my wife hated The Witcher.
Yeah.
What?
All the hot tub scenes.
Yes.
No.
Tragic
She
scenes.
loved it. Yeah. He's a good-looking man. It was a good show.
Hates The Witcher. Can't play D&D on Sundays. Dude, some stuff is stacking up here.
Gotta go. No, she loved that guy. He's a good-looking man.
I love him. He's freaking gorgeous.
All right, we know your hall pass, Chris.
Warren,
I would have chose the chick myself, but or the bathtub.
Warren, who is coming out of the hallway and sees like Stabby and Dempsey moving up towards the door, but is not nearly as cognizant of like, is something wrong? Would probably stop for like a moment, look, see them that they have their weapons down, and then like kind of cautiously like waiting for something to come out, like draws out his rapier, his new rapier with his crest, and then will just as like smoothly as he can just kind of move across the floor to the other side of the wall and then follow the wall up behind Dempsey.
Very good. Flint's
going to enter the room. Is there anything of notice other than the staircase in the room?
Well, it's the entrance gallery. You see the front door is in the south wall. You see the large cage with the dead birds in the northern half dome of that portion of the room. Like I think I'd mentioned that there were a couple of couches on a large, very exotic looking rug. Yes. And that's really it for the room, other than the door in the northeast portion of the room.
All right,
and
I'm
the
gonna
door you came through.
Walk up where everyone's at, and I assumed you guys are by the staircase.
I think by the door.
By the door, further in, then, right?
Yeah, we're
imagine
10 feet.
Imagine you've got the room with the half arch. You've got the door here, and then you got Stabby, Dempsey, Warren, and then if you want to go down and bring up the caboose on this thing.
All right. I'll enter the room and, all right, which way to go?
I think Dempsey's gonna look at Stabby and just be like, Stabby, and like put his fingers to his eyes, and then he puts his fingers to the door. Eyes, door, eyes, door.
Got it. So I'm gonna slowly move towards that door. Can I do a perception check, and if I can hear anything, maybe smell anything, something that would tip me off that there may be something on the other side of that door?
Yeah. Just tell me what it is you want to do to encompass whatever role you're going to do, and you can do multiple roles on different things if you want. Just let me know what it is you want to do first.
Okay, so I'm gonna that door, is it opening? If you're facing the door, does it open to the left or the right?
The handle would be on your right, and it would swing inwards, which is away from the gallery, from right to left. So
And
the hinges would be on the left side.
Okay,
inner
and
left
how open is that door?
It looks like it's probably between an inch or two.
Okay, so I'm going to move right up to the door jamb, and just put my ear as close to the opening as possible without exposing my head, and listen for any sounds. I'd like to take like a minute or two just to listen.
Okay.
And that is going to be a 13.
13. From what you can tell, you don't hear anything on the other side. You get a waif of some kind of a smell coming out, though. And it's not a bad smell.
But I can't determine what the smell is.
Not from that, no.
Okay.
It's bacon bread.
So I look back at Dempsey and I point to my ears, and then kind of point to my ears and then kind of at my throat, like I didn't hear anything. And then kind of do like a sniffing motion, like I smell something.
Like a line.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Dirty Sanchez.
Pencil mustache.
I'm so glad I'm here with a bunch of classy individuals.
Well, you're here to class
Pinky's
the place
out.
up.
Exactly.
So I just kind of do like a sniffing motion and point to the door to Dempsey that I smell something that isn't like normal.
You
Right.
want to kill people and not go to jail?
Can I whisper like stealthily, and just say, "Is it trapped?"
I haven't checked for a trap yet. I'll happily check for a trap. So I look at him and I nod that I'll let's see.
I nod back, and then I look at the other guys and I nod. We all nod.
I'm just trying to figure out what you two are up to.
The GM's
Yeah.
nodding at you too. So.
Warren is like,
So
yeah, okay.
I
Are
think
we
even
in
the
danger?
dead birds are nodding.
So I am gonna sense see if there's a trap there.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
At 18, there are no traps that you can discern. It looks as though the door had just been left open. Maybe not intentionally either.
Okay.
Alright.
Or maybe it was haste. Who knows?
Okay. And I look back at Dempsey and give him a thumbs up that it all looks clear at that point.
All right. You said the door opens into the other room, Brian?
Yes, it does.
All right. I'm just gonna walk in like I own the place.
So as you swing this this door open, you notice that it enters in on a room that's 30 feet by 40 feet long from the northwest corner. You can tell immediately that this was the Manor's kitchen. You could smell like dry food that is still out on the counter, nothing that had been cooked. You see that the countertops themselves from where you're standing are all wooden, and even from here you can tell that there are deep grooves in them. Along the top above the counters you can see that the shelves themselves still have some almost like ball mason jars up there with pickled items in there. You see some hardtack food up there as well. And then in the southern wall, you can see that there are two doors. And against the east wall, you see a large red curtain that seems to separate a portion of that kitchen.
Is the curtain completely closed?
It is closed.
And I'm alone in the kitchen.
You are.
Okay. I'm gonna step in. Is there anything, footprints or anything on the ground? Anything? Any tracks?
No, nothing like that. You got to kind of imagine that that this house hasn't been abandoned for long. I mean, the whole Witch Tower incident happened, I think, like either yesterday or the day before. So at one point, Hung Clay was in this house. So, it wasn't that it was abandoned weeks or months ago. I mean, this was recently occupado.
All right. I'm gonna move into the room and just call out to the other guys. Seems like the coast is clear.
So Stebby, being the closest to that door and hears that he enters the room. I still have my rapier out and still just kind of scanning the room as I enter to see if there may have been something Dempsey didn't pick up on, or maybe the environment changed once he's in the room. Can you explain, because I wasn't in there, can you explain the room to me?
Sure. As you enter from the north, well, it'd be the northwest corner because it was the northeast corner of the other room. The room extends away from you about 30 feet. So it's going from east to west 30 feet and from north to south 40 feet. Against the north wall and the eastern wall are countertops and shelves that are like 10 feet by 10 feet. And then in the lower eastern portion of that wall, there's a red curtain that seems to be dividing the rest of that room off. And then in the southern wall, there are two doors. Imagine like you see the doors behind me in my room right here. So there's a door that's in the southeast and a door that's in the southwest of that southern wall.
And which southeast has the curtain or southwest does?
The east wall itself does.
And then is the southwest door open?
No, both the doors are closed.
Okay, so there's a double door on the southwest, curtain on the southeast.
Let me draw this really quick for you.
I think I understand what it looks like. I'm just trying to understand which has the double doors and which one has the
No,
curtains.
there's no double doors. Just because my
No,
office
there's-
has a double door doesn't.
Oh, okay.
There's two doors. There's one to the northeast and one to the southeast.
Okay, so you
Okay.
come in right here.
Yep.
There's counter here. There's a curtain along the eastern wall, and then there's two doors.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just a counter. Are there any stoves or anything like that?
There looks to be like I wouldn't say a makeshift hearth. It's definitely designed to cook food, whether it's bread or heat up stew or something like that. But it's not like a stove. It's more like a cutout where a pot would hang, and then you could see that there's a flute that goes up.
Okay. Is there fire in it right now?
No, it's cold.
Can we
Okay.
just investigate a little bit further, see where that smell might be coming from?
Sure.
What do you want? Perception check?
Yeah, that would be great. Go ahead, give me one of those.
That is going to be a 19.
19. It smells like it's coming from the southern portion of the room.
These people were probably cannibals. Southern portion. And you said it's like a sweet? It's not like a putrid smell, like a dead body or something?
No, it's not putrid. It's like a combination of smells. It's sort of pungent, but it's
A lady's
it's a
perfume?
little gamey, little Swedish. Yeah,
Like
Swedish
that.
number
Swedish.
168 on the podcast. You also get like faint wafts of food in the air too.
Might just be their dining room down there to the south. you know?
Yeah, Warren will we'll wait a few seconds after Stabby goes in, and then Warren will follow, and Warren will look around the room with detect magic spell up.
Okay.
Aside from like the walls and stuff, is there anything that stands out as being magical?
No, other than the like you had guessed, just the stones that built the structure of the house itself. There's nothing else that's emanating from any of the countertops or the curtain that's dividing the eastern portion of the room. Nothing from there, nothing from the two doors that you can tell.
Is the smell reminiscent of like something that's starting to go bad?
No, it's more like a combination of like food and sewer.
Oh, fun.
So
There's like a toilet in the back of the kitchen, an outhouse in here.
Hey, in case you can't make it.
Wouldn't be an outhouse at that point.
And how indoor, outdoor?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you coming into?
Yeah, Flint's gonna come in. Is there any difference between the kitchen and the rest of the house that we've seen? Like according to the stone layout or the design of anything?
Well, you really can't see the eastern wall because it's blocked off by the curtain, but you can see portions of the northern wall, and those are similar to the same stone that you saw throughout the rest of the house. Those big
Okay.
gray stones that were like 2 feet by 2 feet. Basically,
Warren will gesture, and a mage hand will appear and push the curtain away.
okay. You see that behind the curtain conceals a pair of cots, 2 of them, and 2 chests with locks on them.
When you do your mage hand, you just see Dempsey kind of like, he's just really not used to the magic use, and it just freaks him out a little bit.
The hand waves and then disappears.
Snaps.
Yeah.
I'll move-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll move across the room to inspect the cots to see if there's anything hiding next to it, anything, any more pit traps.
Okay. Go and give me your investigation.
Ooh, that's a natural 1. That's gonna be an 8. I break my arm.
Nope, you do not notice anything as you kind of look at the cots, look at the 2 chests. The only thing you do notice is that the chests have locks on them.
Can
Step.
Flint make a perception check for just personal effects in
Sure.
the around the cots?
You don't even have to make a roll for that. You can tell that
Okay.
that there's just a blanket on each cot, and that's it.
Okay.
Like there's no shoes, there's no shirt, there's no pillows, there's
There's
nothing.
no shelves or anything in that.
No.
Just cots. Okay.
Just the 2
Cots
cots with 2 chests, one at the foot of each cot is a chest.
Okay.
Why would these people have cots in the kitchen?
Well, maybe that's where Hunkley let his help stay.
What a
I
shitty
think
master.
What a shitty mess.
Warren just gives Dempsey a like bemused look and just says, "Oh, trust me, that is light on the list of offensive that a master can have for their staff." And Warren will pull out his sheaf of papers and start going through the kitchen, taking inventory.
Just
Okay.
for personal like knowledge, how tall is Warren? I picture him as like a tall guy.
Warren he's a little tall, not really tall. He is like 5'11". So mostly it's just like his features and just the way he moves and the way he talks is very aristocratic.
He's got the stature of a much taller man.
Yes, and cheekbones that can cut glass.
Wow.
With a twinkle in his eye.
Exactly.
And a
As you're-
flame in his hand.
Yeah. In his mage hand. As Warren, as you're going through and you're inventorying the stuff that's in the kitchen, you notice that basically all the stuff that's in the kitchen is just mundane, pedestrian type stuff. It probably wouldn't be something that the Baroness would try to sell at an auction. By the way, I do have a picture of what the Baroness looks like. I don't know if I showed you that yet.
Oh.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
did we get to play her?
She's a gilf,
Do
baby.
you know who she looks like?
Who's that?
Oh, I can't remember her name. I'm gonna have to put
Well,
it on
that does me
Discord
no
later.
good.
I know. I'm horrible with actors. You know this.
Oh.
Yeah, things that are like that mundane that Warren runs across is he'll like be like, it'll be like mundane teacup set containing X number of pieces. Like he'll put like an entry that there's something
Okay.
there, but he keeps it simple and just moves on.
Okay.
Flynn actually just wants to ask to the rest of the party is did any of you guys know if Hunkley had hired help? It was no mention to me that, he had some kind of staff.
No, I
No.
mean he may have had a staff. He was a wizard, but
Seems to me
He may
that
have had a
a
staff
place this
infection.
big. Yeah. Seems to me a place this big would need people working in it.
Possibly. He was definitely a practitioner of some skills, so he could have simply used his own magics to keep this place running smoothly. As I am going through, Brian, I will be kind of taking note for any like little signs of hired help.
Okay.
And we'll just comment to the others. I do feel like if he did have any regular help, the Baroness would have been aware of it and would have informed us.
And as you're trying to break this down, I need everyone to make a perception check as you're explaining this to the other guys.
What could possibly go wrong?
Make sure you write down the stains on the mattress. You know what I mean?
Come on, baby. Oh
Shit.
What do you got, Warren?
I have a flaccid 20.
Oh, shit. Flint?
9.
Dempsey?
14.
Stabby?
I have a hard 20, but with my perception modifier, that's a 31.
Yeah.
Right in to get that, baby.
Yeah.
Right in to get it.
Right in to get it. So, Flint, you're the only one that probably didn't notice this, as you're more taken by Warren's damn, I can't talk tonight. Explanation.
It's the hard 20, I know. It's got you all.
It left me flustered. But the other three of you notice that as he's speaking, and you, Warren, as well, you hear some kind of a like a knock or like a scuffle of some type coming from the southwest door.
And which of us heard that?
Everyone except for
Everyone
Flint.
except me.
Okay. How I look at Dempsey, like, did you hear that?
Nod and across the room towards the door.
Okay, I concur. Let's and so let's go. Let's
Does
check
it-
that out.
Does it look like the door opens towards me, or does it open the other way, Brian?
It opens away from you, like into wherever it leads.
Is there a way that I could grab it and just shove it in? Like, just hit the fuck out of whoever's on the other side?
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Sorry,
So-
Woodhouse.
So aggressive.
Oh no, not Woodhouse.
That's going to be a 17.
17. So you ram your shoulder into this. You see the door move slightly, and you basically just stop, like in midair. The door reverberates and blows you back onto your ass. You see the other guys looking down at you, but you did notice that the door seemed to move a little bit. Why don't you make everyone make a knowledge check for me? Or
What
certainly
kind of
you, Dempsey.
Knowledge.
What kind of
Knowledge
knowledge?
engineering.
Yeah. That's specialty, huh?
So
3.
that's just straight engineering if we don't have.
Yes, or intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
If you
Yeah.
actually, if you don't have it, any points in it, you can't make the check.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't have.
okay.
I don't have it in engineering.
Flint, do you have anything in that?
Not in engineering.
Okay.
Am I smart enough to just know if the door was locked and it just didn't, when I twisted it and pushed it?
It actually, the handle moved. It felt like the knob was unlocked. It just, the door didn't
Peculiar.
move. It moved a little bit, but it didn't move enough.
So
what she said.
Stabby extends his hand and helps Dempsey up off his ass.
Oh, this
And
ought to be good. He's probably almost just as tall as you laying down.
probably. I helped him to his feet, and then I said, "You want to give that another try, but maybe let's try the door handle this time."
Nice.
Condescending halfling.
He looks at
Yeah,
Stebby and he's like, "That's the third time you've touched me. Do it again, and you have to buy me a drink." And he'll go over and try the handle again. Maybe this time with a little bit less oomph.
The handle turns freely. It's not locked. It's not engaged. But it just feels like the door's not giving way into the room.
And if I just lean into it, it won't go.
Not with the 17.
Nothing. Yeah. Look back at the other guys and just shrug. I don't. Maybe it's locked. Mr. Magic, you got something for it?
Oh, I'm not the one who's skilled with locks here. And I'll kind of just like head nod towards Stabby.
It's unlocked. he was able to turn the key, Warren, or turn the handle, Warren. We just can't open the door. There's something blocking it on the other side.
Oh,
Hmm.
sorry, I'm too busy taking inventory here. Warren will put away his papers and bring his detect magic over to the door. And we'll just like basically take his time and go over essentially every inch of it.
Yeah, there's nothing magical about it. There's
Hmm.
nothing magical that's restraining the door either.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's a trap? I would think if there was one, Dempsey and his might would have triggered it, but
Okay.
I'll do a perception check. It's going to be a 16.
16. You don't detect any traps, but you do detect that there's a sound of heavy breathing coming from the other side of the door. Almost
Two
like
individuals.
Okay, hold it, Brian.
Oh.
Is there a keyhole here? Is
Well,
there a
there-
keyhole
No,
in the
there's,
door?
there's no keyhole at all.
Okay, is there any spot in the door, like is like the door up from the floor at all?
Yeah, I would say
Like,
that
is-
I would
okay.
say that there was probably maybe a quarter of an inch.
Okay, so Warren's gonna try something, and
You're
this
gonna
could
pee
go
under the
badly.
door, aren't you?
No, well, it may give that impression.
He's going to
No.
write on a piece of paper, knock twice if you need help, and slip it under the door.
You like me?
No.
Check yes or no.
So
I always say
Warren is going to peer under the door, like he's gonna like get down on the floor, like have his eye like see if he can see under the door at all.
Have you not seen a scary movie? This is like the worst idea. No, I was kidding.
You can see under the door,
Mm-hmm.
but you also see that there's something just on the other side of the door that's blocking the door.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try knocking on the door.
I'm actually going
Well,
to
Flint wants
Try.
to
I'm actually gonna cast grease.
grease. Okay.
Like I'm gonna try to cast it under the door.
Okay.
I love your expression right now, by the way.
So the grease goes. Tell me what you want to do. So you cast it to go under the door, right?
Yeah. So let me pull up the spell here because it's not like this can't possibly go bad. Let me see here. So range is close. So actually, I'm sorry. We're gonna do this a little bit differently. I apologize.
We're gonna
So-
light it on fire first.
We're gonna burn the door down.
It's like napalm.
No, so the target is one object or a 10-foot square. Okay.
Is it an object you have to see though?
I can see the door.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm just gonna make the entire door covered in grease.
Okay, so the door is all black, glistening.
And then I'm gonna I'm assuming like there's some sort of like oven mitt, something like reinforced for like dealing with like hot like handles and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's
Chainmail
all
oven
kinds of
mitt.
asbestos in there and stuff.
Okay.
Lead painted doors and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one and grab like a nice thick cloth oven mitt, something that might absorb at least a little bit of oil, and use it to try the door again, or the handle.
Well, the handle just turns. It's
I know,
not
but
locked.
like actually try to like,
Push the door open.
yeah, push the door open.
Okay, it's still not budging. There's something that's wedged against it, most likely on the other side.
Okay.
Flint
In that
wants
case,
to...
I will say with a slight bit of a stage whisper here, like, oh well, I guess we're gonna now that the door is nice and oiled, I guess we're just gonna have to burn our way through.
You start hearing a pantic breathing on the other side of the door.
What is Flint doing?
Can laughing his ass off right
Oh.
now.
Nice.
Does he
He's trying
hear-
to
does he-
strike.
strike the match.
Light it on fire.
I
We're
was
doing this,
actually
right?
going to offer Dempsey the crowbar he has and see if he wants to wedge it free of whatever it is. So it would be a strength check plus 2 for the crowbar.
So you're going to try to wedge it into the room, right?
Yeah, to try to
Okay.
pry the door open to kind of open it up more. At least
Okay.
we'll give him additional points for the strength check.
Okay.
And she takes it and just like spins it around his hand, just very deftly shoves it into the door and starts pulling on it or
Pushing
pushing
on it.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that leverage thing. Oh, hard 20, mother.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
a 25.
Giving away those dice tonight.
Yeah.
So, with the 20, go
Thank
ahead
you,
and
Flint.
roll 2 d4s.
How fast did you open this door?
3 total.
3 total. You push the door and whatever was blocking it 3 feet in. So you see it open up 3 feet.
He's like,
Can
if
we
this didn't
see-
work, we could just go through the window.
Can we see light in there?
It's really dim, but as soon as you open the door, you're just assailed by this reeky stench of like body fluids and solids and the stale taste in the air, and somewhere in there smells like bread and maybe old ripe vegetables, overripe vegetables, I should
It's
say.
the produce column.
You hear
I'm bad.
and that's what you're getting from it until you actually get inside and tell me what you want to do.
Warren standing back and going,
Yeah, everybody just
Fortitude, Constitution save. I'll poke my head in and just be like, "Hello, hello."
as you poke your head in, you see that you're looking in a room that's 20 by 20. You see that there's a bed in the southeast wall, a little dresser against the southwest wall, and you see the bedspread and whatnot kind of covering the floor of underneath the bed, and it's from that direction that you hear this heavy panting from under the bed itself, but you don't hear a response to your inquiry.
Is it dark inside? Can we?
It's dim.
See.
Warren will pick up like a spoon, cast light on it, and hand it to Dempsey.
I'll take the spoon and hand the crowbar back to Flint.
Should have put light on that.
Yeah, right. Lightsaber. And I'll walk in. I want to see what's behind the door.
That was what was behind the door.
It was
Oh,
the bedspread.
Like, but
No,
the
like I described the room for you already.
Gotcha.
But what was blocking the door? Can we tell?
There looked like there was a big like hutch that
Oh,
like a
okay.
large like armoire that had been drug in front of the door to block it.
Okay.
Can I grab it and start pulling it into the room to make more room in that? Just open up the entryway so the other guys can get in.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Give me that crowbar back. Ooh,
got a
that's
spoon.
a 7. Yeah,
A light up
got
spoon.
nothing.
You know,
Just-
between the grease on the floor that's kind of seeping down there, and the fact you probably spent your left nut just getting into the room, you feel a little depleted. Maybe you could find some breadcrumbs in this room or something like that, though,
Yeah.
or something else that might be left behind.
Well, Warren will dismiss the grease spell. Anything that's like left over, he'll use prestidigitation to clean up, and he'll kind of like like prestidigitation, like clean up ahead of him as he like slowly steps into the room.
And everybody that steps in the room is just assailed by this funk, of like old food or food that's been left out, and just the stink of human function in an enclosed, non-ventilated room.
But walking
in the
is
bed.
there any other visible doors?
No.
You just okay. So there's no doors. It's just closed off room.
What were you saying, Dempsey?
I mean, if somebody put the armoire against the door from inside, they had to still be in this room. So I'm thinking they might be wrapped up in the bed. They like came in here and died.
Or under the bed.
Tell me what you guys want to do. Just to be.
I'll
What
go and what other guys?
you still out there, or what do you?
I have not entered the room. I'm still outside, just kind of paying attention to what's behind us.
Okay.
And I yell into the room and say, "What's going on in there? What have you guys found?"
Nobody light a match.
Candle, anyone?
Yeah, I don't have that nice nifty little ability, by the way, anymore.
Yeah.
Since we switched to Pathfinder.
Oh, look, I have a candle.
Oh my god!
Just don't drop it.
Dwarven mine.
Good times.
Anyway,
Is that an insult to my culture?
Warren will
My
look
brother's a
at,
dwarf.
Warren will gesture. You said the quilt is on the floor.
No, it's like half on the bed and draped down to the floor, covering whatever's underneath the bed itself.
Warren will gesture, and a mage hand will appear and start lifting the quilt up.
You see scurrying under the bed of this figure, trying to get deeper, like closer to the wall that the bed is against, trying not to. You hear this kind of whimpering, cowering noise coming from this individual. Basically, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone, please. Please. I don't want any problems.
You seem to have a problem by just staying in here.
Please. You don't know what you're doing. I haven't done anything. I've been a good servant to the master. Just please, just don't hurt me anymore. Please. I don't wish to be hurt.
Does the master hurt you?
He remains silent. You could definitely tell it's a man, but he remains silent at this.
I think Dempsey feels bad, and he's like, "We're not here to hurt you."
When was the last time you spoke with your master?
Make a diplomacy check on that.
I am happy to do that.
What's going on in there? What's taking you guys so long?
Guys, come in. There's a man.
Come in with a show of force, guys.
That's right.
That's a 21.
Get your
21.
guns out.
What was your question, Warren?
I asked him when was the last time he spoke with his master.
You see him slowly bring his face more into the low light, the soft light of the spoon. And you see this man that's just dressed in tatters. You see that he's just covered in old sweat and piss and shit stained and basically unkempt. His face has got some scruff like Chris does. And he's kind of starting to murmur incoherently. He's like, I haven't seen the master for a couple of days. He just started going crazy on me. Going crazy on me, Linus, and Saba. And,
Are all three of you servants of the master?
yes, we are. But, we served the master well, and, but short while ago, I don't even know quite how long I've been in this place, but locked away. But he just started going crazy. He started screaming and yelling. Just started going off his kilter.
About anything in particular, or were they incomprehensible words?
Well, first, the master, he kept on about about the Baroness and how she wouldn't remove the witch tower. Kept saying how the bitch was crazy and it can't be that sentimental for her, but he just wouldn't have it anymore. Then he started talking about some individual named Barlow and how he had struck a deal with him to arrange to have some kobolds take it down. And next thing you know, he was saying that they weren't holding up to their end of the bargain and that this Barlow guy just wanted to steal his books. And he just went in a rage. He started throwing things in the house and he scared Linus and Saba out. And I started barricading myself in this room the moment that the master started using his magic in the house. And then
Is that something unusual for him?
oh yes, a lot of the things in the house, the master doesn't like things disrupted in the house. He's very particular. This is where he does a great deal of his study and his research. And he went crazy. He kept mentioning this individual's name, Barlow. Barlow ruined the deal. Barlow didn't keep his end of the deal. Barlow's not communicating with me. He's having the kobolds do other things. I must talk to this Barlow. He's not holding his end of the deal. And at that point, when the burst of lightning started shooting through the house, is when I had enough. The only place I could go, I couldn't get out the front door. I know Linus and Saba ran out the door, but at this point he starts talking very frantically. He said the only thing I could do was hope that he thought that I left with them. And so I ran back here, and I know there was no way out, but I don't even know where I came up with the strength, but I managed to push this cabinet in front of the door, and I didn't open it up again until shortly after I heard this booming noise. And I think I stayed still for probably another few hours before I had enough in me to poke my head out and see that the house was completely quiet. I had managed to get a few items of food. I had heard some footsteps coming throughout the house, so I barricaded myself back in here. That was yesterday. It sounded like 4 individuals walking around. I could hear the birds going crazy. And then it got quiet again. And I waited and waited. I didn't dare go out. I didn't dare go into any of the rooms that the master said never to go into, because I don't know if he's back. I don't know. But he trained me well. He said, don't ever go into particular rooms. I know poor Linus, he looked at certain rooms, and the look that he had in his eye when he came back, it was enough to scare anybody. I would trust not to do that again. And
What is your name, good sir?
Mathesic.
Mathesic. I am Warren, my companion Dempsey, and then behind us here is Flint, and the little one is Stabby. I'm afraid to inform you that your master is no longer with us.
Oh, Balthus. What has he done? Has that Barlow killed him?
I do not know. We do not know. The Baroness had simply, at the request of your master's family, has asked that we take inventory of the household. So, you mentioned that there are some rooms that you were told never to go in. Which rooms are those, so that we may exercise extra caution?
Well, it'd almost be easier to say the rooms that we were only allowed to go into. That would be,
if you will,
obviously the kitchen, the library upstairs. We were never allowed to go into his bedroom. We were allowed to go into the entryway, into the formal dining room, and into the lounge area in the west wing. And of course we could go downstairs into the storeroom, but we were not allowed to go out of the storeroom.
Curious. Well, here, let's assist you, and Warren will kind of like try to get him to like stand up a little bit, and then Warren will like do a prestidigitation, like shower, as it were.
I might want to double soap this dude.
Yeah.
I feel like me personally, I don't trust anybody, but my guy is, he probably trusts him. So I would do a sense motive, but I feel like he's like feels bad.
Feel free.
So
Yeah,
you know,
you do whatever comes
Yeah.
natural.
that's a 15.
15. You can tell that Methesdic is very afraid of Hunclay. And although once he learned that Hunclay is dead, you notice that he's not as tense. His teeth kind of stop chattering. He seems to be a little more at ease.
He seems to be telling the truth about all the other stuff.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
there's zero deception in what he's saying.
I'm gonna walk out to where my backpack was left and just kind of like ease back and then come and like offer him my water skin.
He takes it and just starts squeezing it and pulling it. You can tell that his voice, which was a little more quiet and hoarse initially, starts coming back alive now that he's starting to have some refreshment in him. And he says, the master, he consistently went off about the stars and about the dark tapestry, and it was very important to him that the witch tower be brought down so he would be able to see the eastern sky. And I know that he had a great falling out with Baroness, and I'm sure that's where all this really stemmed from. I've never met this individual, Barlow, that he spoke of.
Do you know what this Barlow was supposed to be? The type of person? What was his occupation? What was he? Is he human? Is he an elf? Is he a dwarf?
I personally have never met him before, but I do know that the master was having dealings with him for quite some time, almost since he moved here about 6 years ago, and they would exchange information. And I know that when we were hired on shortly after the place was built, he was saying that he was trading certain things, information, in exchange for some of his books. He would trade his books to this Barlow individual, and in exchange, this individual was teaching him specific magic-esque things, whatever you arcane people do. I saw what you did with your hand and everything. But he just kept going on about this dark tapestry thing, and I don't know anything about that, but I know that right before he started going crazy in the house, he kept saying that Barlow was out to steal all of his books and give him nothing, that he had welched on the deal. I know that Linus and Saba, when they left, they had mentioned something about going to the Master's hidden cache, which was some cave north of Belhaim. I personally have never been there before, and I don't know whether or not they even made it. But we had heard the Master talk about it from time to time. But
do I know what in the realm of the arcane the dark tapestry might refer to?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That is the one knowledge I do have.
Yeah.
That's not amazing. It's a 16.
I got to kind of wing this one. I believe that the dark tapestry, even though it refers to the space between the stars, it has something to do with the underworld. I'm going to have to look that up. Yeah, I should have known that you were going to ask that too. I feel like an asshole now. But I will get back to you on that. I will hit you up on the Discord and let you know what that means.
Okay.
And I will also post it on the next episode. So
There it is.
I think Dempsey's probably getting a little antsy. So as Warren's doing his thing, he's kind of like stretching and like claps his hands, just like steps back out and just starts shadow boxing in the kitchen.
Dempsey, what's going on in there?
They're just talking.
Talking about
Guy,
what?
Guy seems like he's afraid of his master, and he had some kind of pen pal, some kind of weird relationship. I don't know. So he's half dead.
Did they talk about treasure anywhere?
They said there's some kind of cachet to the north.
Ooh. Stebby's eyes
Might
light
be
up,
good. Yeah.
and he looks at Dempsey and says, let's go get the treasure.
We have to
We could
find
be
out where it
rich.
is. Yeah.
You should probably check into that, definitely. So,
Mhm.
you know where
So,
it's
yeah.
going, right?
Yep.
Next session.
Mhm.
Now I'm pissed off, and now I need to know what the dark tapestry is. I should have known that. You know what's funny was I actually did know that because I looked it up.
Just didn't write it down.
No, I probably had it last week, and the next thing I know,
It's backpedaling.
Shut up, fool.
GM's backpedaling on us.
You know what's funny is I can't even find my phone or anything. Alrighty, slobs.
Little
There
is,
you go.
known of the Dark Tapestry, the darkness between the stars where inhabitants of Valerian believe true madness lies. Few beings able to survive the vast, cold void of space are too alien for even the gods to comprehend, and present one of the greatest threats of the known universe, should they wish to do so. Frickin' Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Isn't that where Cthulhu is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Lovecraft.